Okay, I nearly lost my mind last night at my sister's house, which wasn't cool at all, because she's got an apartment and neighbors, and it just wasn't cool at all. It was very bad of me. My only excuse for myself is I'm stressed right the fuck out, overwhelmed and tired. So tired of so many things, and fed up. And even though I'm trying very hard to be confident, and logically in my mind, I know I should be and can be, but logic sometimes doesn't kick in. Believe me, I know that from experience with my mother, and just logic goes out the window sometimes. So this is what happened. I got there to my sister's finally very late, way later than I would have liked, but everything just took too much time, and I dilly-dallied, and I got there late. So that was one problem that was stressing me out. Then I went upstairs. I had to make 2 trips because I'm living out of bags. Then I got a lot of shit. So I made my first trip, and I didn't lock the car. And my mom was there, and she wanted me to just walk her home. I was going to go down and get my rest of my stuff, and she said, no, just wait, because then you can walk me home. And because of that, I ended up blaming her for something she shouldn't have been blamed for at all. But I also was irritated because, and I know it sounds crazy because it's literally across the street, but my mother would like to be driven across the street. She just would. So, and it was cold last night, and she had to take the dog out. So, my car was warm. I had just gotten there. I had driven it for an hour to get here. It was warm. And she refused to get in my fucking car just to go across the street. Refused. She also wouldn't let me carry the dog across the street, because the dog loves me like most dogs do. And she was so excited to see me that she ended up jumping out of my mother's arms and scaring my mother very badly, because the scare did seem like it shocked the dog. She seemed like she shocked herself, but she was just so excited to see me. So my fault, but not really. But I just wanted to hold the dog. Clearly she wanted some attention from me. I just wanted to hold her across the street. She wouldn't let me. I'm like, wait, what do you think I'm gonna do? Let her fall? Because my dog died, so you can't trust me with yours at all? No. Okay. So there's no reason why. There must be a reason why. Whatever. It irritated me. Most times I can let my mother's shit roll off my back and not take it personally. At other times, I can't. And last night, I just had enough. And then, so this is what happened. I got my mom across the street. I went back to my sister's, and I couldn't find my fucking phone, my new phone. So I still have my old phone. I could not find my new phone, and I was calling it, and it was going right to voicemail. So of course, in my mind, that could only mean that someone had it and turned it off, because why was it going right to voicemail? I had Alberta call it, went right to voicemail. I don't know if my mother tried calling it, but what I did was I called her from my old phone, went downstairs to my car, screaming in the driveway, screaming loud, and asked her to call it. I don't know if she tried calling it, but if she did, it was the same thing. None of the calls appeared on the call log list. None of them rang. They all went straight to voicemail. I was ready to go knock on the neighbor's door because when I went downstairs to look for it the second time, I noticed their door was closing, and I just thought it had to be. There's no other. I can't think of any other explanation for it to be gone and off, right? But before I did that, I was gonna make doubly sure, because you never want to. Yeah, I was losing my mind. I was not thinking clearly, but I'm telling you, my sister will confirm, it wasn't ringing. It was going right to voicemail. So I looked through every single bag, and I fucking found it finally. After stressing my sister right the fuck out, and my mother. But they don't understand there's a lot of important stuff on that phone now that I need for and I felt so terrible, but I don't know, everything culminated together, and I lost it. For a few minutes, and then I felt terrible. But for my defense, it is very strange that when I called the phone, it didn't ring. When my sister called the phone, it didn't ring. Why? Tell me why. Why didn't it ring? It only started ringing. This is what I had to do to start it ringing again. I used it to call my old phone, which went through, and then I hit recall back, and that's when it started ringing. But it wasn't ringing, and I can't figure out why. And because of that, I assumed it was off. And if it was off, that could only have meant that someone turned it off. It wasn't me. So that's why I jumped to that conclusion. And I gotta realize that, the hacking could definitely possibly, do something like that. So I really can't say, well, it has to be this, because you never know when you add hacking to the mix. So I can't say that was from the I don't know. I looked to see if there was a focus on, not that I could see. I just don't know. I can't explain why it would do that. I really have no explanation for it. None. But whatever. It caused me to cause stress to the people that I don't want to put any stress on right now, which is pretty awful. So if it was the hacking, just another fucking episode of negativity due to the lousy decision I made and life partner. If it anything else, I don't know what else. I don't know what could have been the reason that it didn't ring. Because me and Alberta were very puzzled about it. If the fucking thing had just rang like it was supposed to, I would have immediately known where it was, instead of thinking it was shut off and not having a clue where it was. So, I disappointed myself in doing that. I just didn't want to put my sister through that. It really stressed her out. I mean, thank goodness it didn't go on for ever and ever. It was, maybe a matter of, I don't know, 10 minutes total. But it doesn't matter. I don't want to put 1 minute of stress on her. I don't. And yet I did. I did it. I did. My only excuse is that I'd had enough at that point. I felt insulted that my mother couldn't get in my car. She never can. And just sometimes it makes me feel insulted. I know I'm not the cleanest person around, but there's nothing in here that's going to hurt anybody. And I'm also insulted that, she never lets me take the dog out. She doesn't let me carry her across the street. Does she really have that little faith in my capability to carry a little dog? Or to hold on to its leash while it takes a shit? I mean, I'm offering to do something for her so she doesn't have to go out in the cold and do it. And nope. Nope, she'd rather suffer the cold than take a chance that I'm gonna fuck up and have her dog killed when I take it to the bathroom or something. Because, I just can't be trusted to keep a dog safe. I can't be trusted not to have something in my car that's gonna, cause her some issue that she doesn't want to have. Yes. Oh man, I just, I know I shouldn't take it personally, but sometimes it's hard not to. I mean, and I just don't think sometimes she can be aware of what she's saying with her expression. Like, she told me one day she was at some store, and yes, there were a couple people that, didn't look like they were the best kind of people, and that they did something to, I don't know, they fucked with her a little bit. I don't remember exactly what they did, but she said that she saw them, she thought that they looked, what do you call that? She was leery of them, I guess is what I can say. And then they did something to make her feel even more uncomfortable, which I don't know what that was. And I said to her, do you think there's a reason why they did that? Possibly, could it have something to do with the fact that you maybe looked at them in a way that made them feel like you were leery of them? I mean, this is an example. I went on Thanksgiving Day because I couldn't be with my kids. I was looking for Chinese, right? But I couldn't find a Chinese place open, so I ended up going to this Thai place, which I never usually eat Thai food. Whatever. There was a bar there, and there was a bunch of people sitting at the bar. I say a bunch. There was, a line of people at the bar. And the girl on the end, she was a woman on the end, and she had her little purse hanging on the seat that she was sitting on. And I went up beside her, so there was a barrier between, not a barrier, but there was this thing, and then her, and then me. I'm at the end of the bar grabbing the menu, which was right there. And I'm just looking at the menu, and she looks over at me, and then grabs her purse and moves it to the other side, which obviously gave me the assumption that she looked at me and thought I might, in front of everyone there, decide that I'm gonna rob her, grab her little purse, which I didn't like. I didn't take kindly to that she looked at me and thought, thief. Which maybe she didn't think that, but she felt the need to move her purse away from me. So, and because I was already upset in the first place, I went to the other section, and I hoped she heard me. I was hoping she heard me. I videoed her for a friend of mine. I said, yeah, that bitch right there, that fat bitch right there, she must think I'm, whatever I say, you know? And I didn't say it very loudly, but I was just hoping she heard me. She might have. Anyways, the point is, when you do something like that, my mom, she may not have realized that her face, when those people saw her looking at them, her face probably told them that she didn't want to be near them. And they probably took offense to that. Right? So, if they got the feeling that she was holier than that, you're, ew, I don't want to be near you, they probably were thinking, excuse me, bitch? Who the fuck do you think you are? You know? Sure, that's what happened. I can't think of any other reason. Go ahead. Why strangers would decide to screw with her in any way, other than she gave them a reason to. I mean, and I probably am right, because her response to that was, yeah, I know what you're saying. It's not the first one. It's definitely not the first one. It's she's in her own world. She doesn't understand. She can't put herself in their shoes and imagine how they must have felt when she looked at them the way that she did. You know? And then you wonder why they're, being weird with you. I don't know. I can't help but feel inadequate when she does those things. I can't help it sometimes. And the other times, it stings, but I just let it go. Because I know how she is, and I shouldn't take it personally, but you can't help but take it fucking personally. How do you not take that personally? You know what I mean? Alright, 20 minutes of me railing on. I gotta get this done.